Okay, so yesterday we have learned chain rule and quotient, product rule and quotient rule. So the two rules is given above, and we have go through those two exercises and ask you to complete C, D, and example 2. So for C, we can see that is something times by something. So we can name the first one by ux. Ux is 2x squared by minus 1 squared. At the same time, I can work out the u dash x. U dash x is two times 4x, okay, derive of inside, times 2x squared minus 1 to the power of 1. And we can rearrange it. That's 8x. So 8x is 16x cubed minus 8x. Okay, so that's the first one. And we can say Vx. Vx equals to 4x to the power of minus 1 minus 3x to the power of 3 over 2. So V dash x equals to 3 over 2 bracket, derive inside minus 8x to the power of minus 3 here, and then 4x to the power of minus 2 minus 3x to the power of a half. 3 over 2 minus 1 gives you a half. Okay, so power and derive inside and subtract the power by 1. Well, I can rearrange it, but like I don't think it's not really necessary to rearrange it. So just leave the answer like that first, and then we can find the derivative. So g dash x equals to 2x squared minus 1 squared times 16x cubed minus 8x plus wrong way, times the wrong thing. That times with that. So times with 3 over 2 minus 8x to the power of 3 minus 3 times square root of 4 over x squared minus 3x. Okay, the half is the square root. It's easy. I do that because it's easy to do evaluation. So that's the u times v dash. I can put the 3 over 2 in front, and plus 4x minus 2 minus 3x 3 over 2 times 16x cubed minus 8x. Okay, it's a very long expression, but I don't think we can do much about that. Well, there are some common factors, but I don't think it's necessary to really do further than that. Okay, so that's the answer for this one. Yes?
So you have one square root, and then sometimes you have powers as a fraction.
Oh, do you mean that?
No, I mean like in your final answer.
That? Well, you can write in a half.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if you've got some in like square root, some in a half.
It doesn't really matter. It's just easier for me. For example, I can't really evaluate to the power of 3 over 2. Like if I change it to the third form, I can just easily evaluate. But it doesn't really matter what form you keep in, unless the question asks you like you need to use in that form. You need to have positive integers like or something. Okay. So that's the first one. Yes. Shh. Sorry, what? That's product rule, quotient rule. Yeah, for quotient we have the v squared. So that's the quotient rule. So quotient rule we have Vx on top. X to the power of 4x to the power of minus 2 minus 1 5 over 3. So v dash x, that's u. U dash x equals to 5 over 3 times minus 8 x to the power of minus 3. That's the derivative of inside. and times with 4x minus 2 minus 1 to the power of minus 2 over 3. It's still positive. That's 5 over 3 minus 1 is 2 over 3. And then we have Vx. Vx is the bottom, so it's 5x plus 2 to the power of 3 minus x. Then V dash x equals to 3 times 5 times 5x plus 2 to the power of 2, and then minus 1. That's the denominator. But I haven't included this minus 2x yet. I have nothing to do with this minus 2x because it's not even on the fraction. So we separately derive the first part minus 2x, like that's the second part of derivative. So I'm just thinking about the derivative of this whole fraction here now. So I have my ux, I have my vx. My v dash x, there's a minus 1 as well. So if we think about the derivative of h dash x equals to, okay, I have a long fraction. We have vx squared at the bottom. So vx is this. Vx squared is just square it. Okay, just square that. When you square that, like because I times 1 vx on the bottom, so the next thing I should have on top is the vx. Okay, vx can times with what? Times with the u dash x. So u dash x is that. Well, that's a minus 8. So I can put the coefficient there. That's a minus 40 over 3. I put that in the front. Minus 40 over 3. Okay, so because that's this times with that. And times with 1 over x to the power of 3. And times with the 4x to the power of minus 2 minus 1. And then to the power of 2 over 3. That's the vx times u dash x. It's basically just 2 times together, but I have to do a little bit of rearrangement, like to move something to the front and then make the negative indices become positive. And minus, okay, it's u and v and u dash. Now I need u and v dash. Okay, I need u and v dash. So v dash is a 15. 5x plus 2 squared minus 1. That's the v dash. Okay, that's the v dash. I need to bracket that. And times with u is above. 4x minus 2 minus 1 to the power of 5 over 3. Okay, so what I have here is v squared. This is v times u dash minus v dash times u. Okay, that's the derivative. That's the minus in between. But that's only the fraction. I need to have a minus 2 at the back as well. I don't have space to write it, but there's a minus 2 at the after this. There's a minus 2, like after the whole fraction. So it's the fraction, top, bottom, and then minus 2, because that's the derivative of 2x. So that's 2. You don't forget the minus 2 at the back. Not very exciting, like to rearrange it, because it's too messy. This one is just want you to practice on how to do quotient rule. I'm not like really expecting a nice answer. Okay, I just give random numbers. I want you to practice on quotient rule. So I'm just talking about the method. But let's have a look at example 2. Example 2 is important. Okay, example 2 is important. I want to work, yes?
This is not related to the question, just in general. Is quotient rule and product rule going to be on the exam?
Yes. And quotient rule and chain rule.
Yeah. Because it's not coming in the textbook.
No.
No, so
But we learn it.
so
That's for year 12.
Okay.
Yeah. Year 12 we learn.
From,
We'll give you some worksheet to do the practice. Yeah, but like they won't ask you really, really hard questions. Like chain rule and quotient rule, they are all not hard. It's just a formula.
Okay.
So when you know the formula, all the question will be the same.
So can we find this in the 3-4
No, 3-4 textbook is all involved with exponential, logarithm, those kind of differentiation. It's not polynomial only. Like you don't know how to derive those functions, so that's why you can't. Any other questions? Any other questions, everyone? If not, let's keep going. Any other questions? No, okay. Example 2. Okay, so fx equals to gx over square root x and g4 equals to 8. Okay, g dash 4 equals to 6. What I want to work out is f dash 4. So before we substitute 4, what we need to work out first? F dash x. Okay, so in this fx, what's the ux? Gx. Then what's the u dash x? Yep, g dash x. What's the vx? Root x. So what's the derivative of root x? Half x to the power of negative half. Okay, how I can rearrange it? Like make it positive power. 1 over 2 root x. Okay, that's the v dash x. Okay, this is the v dash x, 1 over 2 root x. So what's my f dash x? My f dash x is, first of all, bottom will get squared. So bottom is x. So root x squared, vx squared is x. Because x gets squared, then we will times another vx on top. That's the vx. So vx will times with the u dash. So times with g dash x. Minus, well, we have done this cross first, and then I need to do the other one. So the other one is gx times with 1 over 2 square root x. Okay, this one I can do some simplification. I can simplify that because I can't really have fraction over another fraction. Can you see that? Like this is a fraction on the numerator. I can't have a fraction on the numerator or denominator. It just be a whole number divided by a whole number or something like that. So how I can get rid of the denominator? Multiply by what? What I want to get rid of, what is not good? Not x. 2 root x, this is not good. Okay, this is not good. What I can do to get rid of that? Multiply that. Okay, but I need to multiply the whole thing on top by 2 root x. Okay, everything by 2 root x. And then you need to expand it. Well, you need to learn how to simplify. Okay, you need to learn how to simplify. And then I need to expand it. That's a square bracket times with 2 root x. So it's root x times g dash x times 2 root x minus gx. And then the 1 over 2 root x and 2 root x get cancelled. So it's that 1 over 2 root x and then times the 2 root x. So 2 root x will be times by both terms. And same as the denominator. That's 2x times root x. Okay, just keep like that. I can combine it. I can combine it. If I combine that, that's an x to the power of 3 over 2. Like power of 3 over 2. But I can't evaluate. So to do evaluation, I will just keep it like that. If you want the answer, you will put it into x to the power of 3 over 2 form. Yes? I'm teaching how to simplify. I'm not worried about how to do the calculation. like everyone can do calculation. I just say generally your answer shouldn't have fraction over fraction. You just can't have a fraction on the denominator or numerator. You need to try to get rid of that, and then that's your final answer. Yes, absolutely you can sub 4 directly in, but like that's just for answer mark. If I don't give you a 4, I just say what's the f dash x? Your answer needs to be a good answer, like, which means it needs to be just numerator and denominator with whole numbers, can't have fraction on it. Okay, so what I will have here is 2x g dash x. Okay, for the first one, root x and root x becomes x, and the 2 in the front, 2x g dash x minus gx. Okay, the 1 over 2 root x and 2 root x get cancelled each other, and then we have 2x times root x, or you can say that's 2x to the power of 3 over 2. That's the f dash x. Now I can sub 4 in, f dash 4, that's 8 times g dash 4 minus g4 over 8 times root 4. G dash 4 is 6, that's 8 times 6 minus g4, g4 is 8, and that's a 16, 2 times 8 is 16, 40 over 16, divide by 8, that's a 2, divide by 8, that's a 5, that's a 5 over 2 for f dash 4. Okay. Any questions for this one? Yes? Yep. Yep. That's not the simplified answer then. You lose a mark. Yep. Oh, if the question just, well, it depends on how the question asks you. Do they really need the answer for f dash x? If they ask what's the f dash x and what's the value for f dash 4, you need to simplify it. If just asking for f dash 4, you can just you don't need the answer mark for the f dash x function. So depends on how the question asks you. So for example, for this one, you don't need to do the simplification. You can substitute directly because all I want to see is the 5 over 2 is the correct answer. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, if you don't have any questions, you can do practice now. That's all we will cover in the exam. Next week, I will return your papers and go through the test with you, 2 more tests with you, and then you can do general revisions after that.